If you're struggling with depression or anxiety, you're feeling a little bit disconnected, or you're just looking to reach the best version of yourself, I'm going to be introducing you to exactly how you can begin to do that for yourself. But right before I do that, I know what you're thinking. I've heard plenty of guys online tell me this is how you do it. There's the 5-step method. All that is BS. So why should you believe a word that comes out of my mouth? It's because I've worked with guys who are age 18 all the way to their 60s. Become the absolute best version of themselves, whatever that means for them on a personal basis. My job is to help you get there. I've worked with plenty of guys who are trying to find their way in life, whether that's in the realms of school or work, guys who are severely struggling, and guys who are just looking to take their life to the next level. I've worked with business owners, guys with high functioning autism, people struggling financially, guys that are retired, guys with a wife and 2 kids. The list is endless. The point is, whatever situation you're in, this is for you. I want to share with you a few details from my story of how I completely transformed my life from diagnosed depression to being fulfilled in every single component and area of my life. But before I jump into that, I want to share with you a few brief examples of some gentlemen that I've helped specifically. After this video, you can also go on my Instagram profile. Under the story highlights that I have, there's a bunch of stories saying results 1, results 2, results 3. These are actually video reviews of some guys that I've actually helped personally. So first, I want to just share you a brief story about Alex, who actually joined our group with over 50 members currently, really focusing on self-improvement, advancing your relationships, growing spiritually, becoming the best version of yourself. He only joined the group for about a week, and because of so many work schedule changes, he actually had to take a break for the next 3 weeks. So we hopped on the phone about a month later for him to join back in the group, and he sounded very excited on the phone, and I was of course ecstatic from that, but I was like, okay, he's only attended 2 sessions, like what's happened so far? And he's like, bro, even though I only attended 2 sessions so far, I've transformed so many areas in my life. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what'd you do? And he's like, man, just because of those 2 sessions and the one-on-one we did together, I started finally going to the gym consistently when I just couldn't make the time before, couldn't get out of bed, couldn't motivate myself to do so. So he's losing weight, building muscle. He was also addicted to vaping. He's like, I haven't smoked since. And he also had a few problems in his relationships where he was struggling to stand up for himself, people walking all over him, just kind of not really confrontational. And he told me how he was setting tons of boundaries in his personal relationships and at work where he actually had a managerial position. So that was exceptional. And then we have Drew, who when we first started working together, kind of lacked a little bit of self-awareness around the things that he really needed or wanted to work on, integrating his anger, really feeling his emotions and actually expressing them in a healthy manner. So we did a lot of work on that. We integrated a lot of the insecurities that he was experiencing around past trauma, things he was dealing with, bad childhood experiences. And he's been going to therapy for years now. And if you actually go on the Instagram highlights, you can see him say this himself. Although therapy has been exceptional for him, and just being a part of our group for a few months, he's made so much more progress being here. He feels like we've really been able to do the inner work and start to rewire his brain for him to actually get the results in his life. And it's been exceptional to see that for him, because when he came in, very socially anxious, a little bit nervous, and now he can't stop talking. And the third guy I'll mention right before I jump into everything else, I'm actually going to keep his name anonymous just because of the severity of the struggles that he had. He was dealing with a lot of drug addictions, a sex addiction as well, and really just feeling like none of his relationships he's really ever had in his life were really meaningful, and he never felt like he could really connect to people on that soul-to-soul level that we all really desire for ourselves. And after about 4 months of us working together in the group as well as doing sessions on a weekly basis one-on-one, he completely put down drugs, and his addiction and hooking up with different people all the time went out the window, and he's now in a fulfilling long-term relationship where he actually feels seen, heard, and he can express himself naturally. So those are just a few examples of the 80+ guys that we've helped transform so far. To jump a little bit into my story, I was diagnosed with depression when I was 13 years old. And when I was 16, I discovered a few YouTube videos diving into self-development, how to improve your mindset, getting in the gym, going on walks, talking to women, improving your relationships, getting out in nature a little bit more. And these were all concepts that to you may sound a little bit basic, but for me at 16, I didn't really ever hear of them before. And also when I was on medication, when I was depressed, none of my psychiatrists or therapists told me to do any of these things. So after I discovered a few of these concepts, I just looked at myself in the mirror and I said to myself, my life really sucks. It's been 3 years of this shit. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So I might as well try some new stuff, and I did. I started getting in the gym. I stopped jerking off. I stopped playing video games. I started actually getting outside and talking to people, having uncomfortable conversations and putting myself in uncomfortable situations in general to get myself to be more comfortable and get out of my comfort zone. And those next 2 years of being absolutely obsessed with self-improvement, improving my relationships, advancing spiritually, studying philosophy, psychology, neuroscience, those were the most transformational years of my life that I've ever experienced before. before. Before that, my life was just a blur. I was just escaping reality all the time. I hated school, so I came home from school, played video games, went to bed, did it all over again. I wasn't a super special individual, but I was gifted with a deep awareness at that age of 13 because I was so depressed and because I was looking so much deeper at life. And really, if you've ever heard of nihilism, which is really the philosophy of feeling that and believing that life is pretty meaningless, without me understanding what nihilism actually was, that was encompassing my life. I woke up every single day. I was either angry, sad, hopeless, or depressed. Well, or incredibly anxious too. And for those 3 years straight, I just didn't know what to do. But I always felt like there was something wrong with the world, but really once I discovered that, I started to self-inflict it on myself, like there was something wrong with me because I was viewing the world differently than most people I was encountering, right? A lot of people say, don't go up to women, you're gonna be creepy. Don't start a business, it's gonna fail. Don't follow your passion, do something normal. And I had these ideas shoved down my throat for my entire life, but I always felt like something was a little bit off on it. I was blessed enough to have a level of awareness of I need to do something else besides just follow what everyone else is telling me, because the people that are telling me to do X, Y, and Z are pretty miserable, and they're telling me how to be happy, so it doesn't really make sense. So when I was 16, I was still in high school at that point. I would wake up in the morning in the wintertime, take a cold shower, really prime my mind for the day. You could even say I practiced self-development throughout my entire day at school and making sure I'm only talking positively, I'm not complaining, I'm keeping myself grounded. And the second I came home, I didn't hang out with my friends as much anymore. I was just locked in of YouTube videos, podcasts, research studies, absorbing all of that information and then experimenting directly with all the things I was learning. So in any of our future conversations together where I suggest something or give a certain idea, it's most likely something that I've actually integrated personally in my life. So fast forward to nowadays, I'm in my early 20s. I run 2 businesses that I'm exceptionally passionate about. I talk to random people on a daily basis just to have conversation. I saw a cute girl in a coffee shop one day. I went up to her, asked her for a number, and now I'm in the most fulfilling relationship I've ever been in my life before. And trust me, I've been in plenty of unfulfilling relationships and I've had to learn the lessons to get to where I am now. And the only reason that my relationship with my girlfriend now is so fulfilling is because I've done the inner work after those last relationships to integrate everything and actually become a confident man who can address everything in the correct way. And one of the greatest philosophies that I've embodied for myself, it sounds a little bit paradoxical, but it's that everything is serious and not serious at the exact same time. So you'll see that everything I'm building in my life I take very seriously, but I make sure I have fun doing it along the way. Because a lot of self-development stuff you'll hear online is lock-in dude, hustle culture, all this stuff, which is valid to a certain degree. I'm not going to discredit it. But when you don't actually enjoy what you're doing and really align with it and you're just doing it because some guy online said you should do this, it doesn't always work out in your favor. And that's why in all the future conversations we'll have together are really personalized to your experience, what you're going through, what you want to work on. It's not just some general motivational self-help advice, because although there is a time and a place for that, it's not what's going to get the inner work done and for you to actually become the best version of yourself. It's why I like motivational speakers, but you can't just listen to them all the time, because they'll tell you some good quotes and they'll tell you a few actionable steps, but it takes actually incorporating that material to actually make the progress you're looking for. And that's exactly what we do here with all the different groups I run. We run over 4 sessions every single week. I have a business partner who's also a co-facilitator and another coach named Nilo, who's an absolutely exceptional individual. This guy is killer. He's been in the military, he travels to different countries all the time. He has mastered social skills and charisma and also health optimization on a very scientific and practical level. I mean, he's literally picked up women in countries where he doesn't even know the language. My life's mission is to give others the transformation that I was able to give myself, and for us to do this shoulder to shoulder, all reaching the best version of ourselves together. Giving you the actionable steps, the tools and practicalities to actually reach this for yourself. You also might be thinking, well, I just want to do the self-improvement stuff myself, which you totally can, because I did for the first 2 years. And after those 2 years of working on everything for myself, I've actually worked with over 5 coaches myself, mentoring me to advance myself to a level in my life where I wasn't even sure I could get to. I've worked with multiple business coaches, a high performance coach, a relationship coach, and a coach dedicated to spiritual growth. So I've actually created a whole 6-month program that gets you all of these results and transformation that you're looking for. And the reason I made it 6 months is because I'm not going to sit here and promise you that within 2 weeks or within a month, everything in your life is going to be completely perfect and everything's going to be solved. It's not realistic. It takes an extended period of time. But if you're actually committed to focusing on growth in your life, this could be absolutely perfect for you. Essentially within this, we're working directly one-on-one together. We have specific one-on-one sessions planned out together throughout the duration of this. Not just for a simple check-in of, oh, how's everything going going, how are you doing, but to actually do the inner work and solve the things that you're experiencing and help you learn new information to actually apply everything to your life. We also have those 4 weekly sessions that are within the group, which some of these are Q&A sessions, some of them are master classes and workshops. We have expert guest speakers come on. I run most of those sessions myself, and we also have Coach Nilo in there on one of those sessions to guide you as well. And when we're not live on sessions, you could shoot me and Nilo a personal message. Need some advice on something specific, you're going through something, whatever the case is. You'll of course get to meet all of the 50+ members in the community itself as well, to talk to them one-on-one and develop real meaningful connections with guys who are focused on self-improvement just like you are. The purpose of all of this is to really learn, reflect, take action, and actually get the results that you want. Not just show up once in a while, oh, maybe I'll attend the session tonight, but this is you working alongside me and Nilo as the coaches and also all of the other guys in the group to genuinely make an impact on yourself. I'm absolutely beyond excited to get to know you a lot more on an individual basis. That way we can really help you make a difference for yourself and get you everything that you've ever wanted. We can really help you make the transformation that you're looking for. If you finish this video, you can shoot me a DM with the message GROW, and I'm looking forward to connecting further very soon.